Hey everyone, I hope everyone's doing great. I wanted to do a quick video in the car today. So I just finished a cardio workout, nice and sweaty. Did around 45 minutes and that was my second cardio session for the week. So things are really progressing really well this week. My weight's the same, but the measurements are down, which is really great. So I'm really happy with that result. Now, a couple people asked a bit about how often you should weigh yourself, what's the best way to kind of approach that, and when you should weigh yourself. So don't be what's called a scale addict where you're weighing yourself each and every day. It just sets you up for disappointment because some days you're holding more fluid than others. You can weigh yourself at the start of the week, maybe Monday if you're up for it, or Tuesday. I'll weigh myself before lunch if possible, or as soon as you wake up. Now, as soon as you wake up, what you call you're at your driest, so you don't have really a lot of fluid in your body, and it's really the best time to see what kind of the way your body's responding. So that's that. The other question someone asked is, Fred, what should I do in regards to what's the best approach for my body type in regards to sets and repetitions? So in my book, I talk a bit about this, but I'll give you some details about it. So there's 3 different body types, which you may or may not be aware of. There's the ectomorph, which is thin, endo, which is very large frame, and meso, which is in the middle. So ecto, endo, and meso, and you could be a combination of both. You could have a bit of endo but meso, and you can have a bit of ecto but meso, but you can't have ecto and endo the same. So you can't be really thin and really fat at the same time. So for the people that are quite thin and light bone structure type of thing, the ability to burn fat and have, you know, really good in that way, I would suggest that you lower your repetitions in regards to your upper body around 6 to 8 and your lower body around 8 to 12. Have a bit more rest period. Your goal should be strength. Now, the endomorphs, they're the ones that are really going to have to pull your finger out. They're the ones that are going to have to do a lot of drop sets, a lot of supersets, things like that. So your endomorphs are kind of like got to get your heart rate up, got to be in the fat zone as often as you can. And the mesomorphs, so with the endomorphs, again, repetition, I'd say 10 to 12 upper body, and lower body 12 to 20, 25 reps. And again, drop sets, supersets, giant sets, really getting in there and doing your best you can. And then the mesomorphs, the ones in the middle, well, they can do the combination of both. They can do a couple workouts where it's high intensity, and they can do a lot other workouts where it's moderate intensity. So they can do your 8 to 12s, then they can ramp it up. So they've got kind of the best of the best. So I'm a bit meso with some endo as well. So again, your body type, really important to train for your body type. Now, people view this video, so I've got a few people that comment, and send your comments below. So if people send me comments on WhatsApp or text messages or Facebook, but send it in the video here, in the YouTube video as well, or in the Facebook group as well. So if you know your body type, or even if you're not sure, send us a message. I'm more than happy to help you out in regards to what's your body type. Other things, why people ask, why do you love Kangaroo so much? So Skippy packs a really powerful punch. The reason being is Kangaroo's obviously free range, it's well priced, and it's got something called conjugenic linoleic acid, CLA. So CLA helps fight brown fat. And Kangaroo, now people obviously don't have a palate for Kangaroo so often, so I would mince the Kangaroo, add a bit of diced tomatoes, some garlic, some herbs and spices, just to mix things up there as well. So Kangaroo is a really good one. With fish, don't opt for too much salmon. Salmon once a week. The rest of the time, opt for whitefish. And obviously, you got to be careful with fish and what fish you pick, because fish obviously also has mercury in it as well, and you don't want to have too much mercury in your body. And I'll obviously opt for things like barramundi or sardines. I love sardines because, again, omega-3s and 6s, high in protein, 20 to 30 grams per tin, and when you can, opt for the New Brunswick sardines. So there you go. That's where am I? About 5 minutes. So anything else, feel free to drop me a message. So my weight, as I said, I'm roughly hovering at 95, 96. I'm in ketosis. I love it. Now, if you're not sure what ketosis is, again, more than happy to message you, but just think your body's burning fat as fuel as opposed to your body burning glycogen as fuel. And you want to burn your body as fat as fuel as well. So you want to keep your carbs very, very low, moderate to high amounts of protein, and the same, moderate to high amounts of fat. You don't want to have too much high fats. You just want to have moderate amount of fat as well. Training, what are you doing? Are you doing your weakest body parts first? Things like your, if your legs, you're lacking size of your legs, you're doing them at the start of the week, and then do your strongest body parts later on in the week. If you don't have the luxury of having a personal trainer, ask someone at the gym, can you spot me? And then have a conversation with them and say, hey, how about I spot you and then you spot me a couple of days a week? And, that's going to really, really help you, and it's going to make your strength gains even more amplified. So it'll get you in that zone as well. And the reason why people use personal trainers is that big A word, accountability. So you want someone to be accountable to. And again, I talk about this in my previous weeks. Are you accountable to your family member? Are you accountable to your trainer? Who are you accountable in order to keep things on track? So I'm really, really happy with the progress. I've got a few other announcements to make as we go along, and I hope everyone's having a great day. And the other thing is, just closing off, I had a little bit of an injury during the week, a little bit of a lower back situation, just stiff lower back. But the main thing I did was move. So when you have an injury, don't just sit there or lie on the ground. It makes it even worse. Know what you're doing. Maybe see a physio or an osteo or a chiro, but make sure you treat the injury, because even if it feels like, oh, that's all right, it'll be okay, make sure you get it treated. I went and saw a masseur. He stretched out my ITBs, really worked on my glutes, my hammies, hip flexors, lower back, and it really, really made a difference. So, as I said, I just finished doing cardio on the stair climber, and I feel great. My back feels really good. So there you have it. Injuries, make sure you pay attention to the injuries and work around your injuries and go for it. So each and every day, remember, laugh with health. Thanks, and signing off.